Hey guys, one of the most efficient ways to get leads in this day and age is using existing content on your LinkedIn, right? So, LinkedIn first connection. So, anytime you're missing leads and you don't want to wait for a long sales cycle, you can just go on LinkedIn and take your existing connections, right? Most of us watching this video already have a big network. And if you don't know how to grow a big network, I also do videos about that, mostly about doing AI content on LinkedIn, starting LinkedIn newsletter, and so forth. You can listen to them. I even have a content GPT that will help you organically grow without too much headache. So once you have these connections, these once people accepted your connection, these become first connections, right? And it is incredibly easy to generate money and leads with your first connections on LinkedIn. So one should definitely outreach to these people, right? Now, outreaching to these people one by one is painful, right? It will cause you headache. It's like, okay, who do I outreach to first, right? By the way, for that, you go in here in the search bar, you put CEO, for example, and then you put the first connections, not the second or third one, right? So first connection here. And then my case, I would put US, for example, and that is 3,200 leads. I have, I think, 18K followers, maybe way less connections, like 10 or 9K. So that is 3,200 people I can pitch right now today while making this video, right? Which is what I did. And I'm going to show you how to do that with AI, because if you just go to that person here and like start checking their profile, right? Like, oh, Sharon, what does she do? She's a CEO board advisor. It's pretty damn long. Then if you have 1,000 tabs open like me, LinkedIn not being the fastest site, it'll take you forever. Just to send one message will take you like 5 minutes, right? And then is it even good? And then do you make errors of attention, right? So doing things manually is just not enough. So I'm going to show you in this video how to outreach at scale. Just going to close the app to give me more bandwidth. Yeah, I've tried a bunch of apps today, by the way, which is why this connection is slow. I've tried everything that people normally try for LinkedIn. So started with HeyReach, right? Because I use Walaxy for outreach, right? I think Walaxy is great. I've been using Apollo. For all apps have their good things and their bad things, right? So why did I stop using Apollo? Because I didn't have time to manually outreach. So there's some part of this that is manual, but I'll show you how to automate it and generates leads while you sleep, right? Just that your computer will have to stay open. So I close a couple of tabs here. And yeah, Apollo Outreach, basically, what was not nice that I was always working and using these computers, I couldn't really like outreach people manually without it drastically slowing the computer. So I switched to Walaxy. Walaxy, what's great is that it does it in the background, the outreach, but it doesn't have AI features. The AI features I'm going to show you today is built with Persona. So I use Persona to launch the AI stuff, the AI personalization that I'll show you. And to actually do the LinkedIn outreach, it is LinkedIn outreach. It is actually Apollo. Why? Because Apollo is incredibly cheap. Apollo is like, if you know the hack to cancel it, like after 2 months, they'll charge you like literally $8 per account, right? Persona have various plans. It's a bit more expensive. It's $100, but I very much recommend them. So first step, I took a LinkedIn list out of my first connection. And oddly enough, I used HeyReach to do that. There's other ways to do it, like even Apollo could potentially do it, but it would take time. So I use HeyReach, or you could even use Walaxy to do that. So they have an option. You go in leads, you go and add leads here from the LinkedIn search bar, right? And you paste your full search. I showed you my last search here, like putting CEO, right? And first. So I just copied this, I pasted it in HeyReach, and what they gave me is this list here. It's 700 form. I told them to add at least 1,000, but they gave me 700, which is still good. It's a test, right? And I'll do later searches and AI outreach campaigns. And it's good to start small, guys, because if you mess up something or if your message is not working right, I'll show you what my message looks like. It won't scale and you'll just lose. Well, you quote unquote lose. You'll definitely spend needless energy launching stuff, and you'll possibly like use the battery of your contacts, because your contacts all have some batteries, right? They start at 100%, then you outreach them once, it's like 80%. Then you outreach with something quite bad, then it's at 40, and at 40 they don't want to hear anything from you. So it is good to start small, and for me small is 700 would fit that number. It's not 10, right? 10 is not scientific enough for a test. So here I have a LinkedIn list. I exported it to a CSV. By the way, you can do that to Wallaxy, with Wallaxy again. Wallaxy is what I use normally to automate LinkedIn. With this list, I export it and I import it in Persona. So Persona has been a bit laggy today. So let me see if I can get something to you. Yes. Actually, I didn't even import it to Persona. I imported it to Apollo. Why did I import it to Apollo and not Persona? Because the list didn't have a lot of details, and Apollo enriches that list, right? So it may look a bit complex, but yeah, bear with me. It's worth a while. This altogether may take like 15 minutes and 10 or 5 if you're used to it, right? So I imported the list here in Apollo. Once this was done, I exported the list and got an enriched version of Apollo, which I imported in Persona, and it looks like this, right? So these are my LinkedIn first contacts enriched by Apollo. Why do we need the Apollo enrichment? Because Apollo will mention their industry, how many employees, their keywords, their website, their SEO descriptions, and where they live, where their address, their business address is, their annual revenue, right? Their total funding and so forth. And all of that data we're going to use to write a personalized LinkedIn message, which looks like, I can show you in a CSV, it's faster. It looks like this. It's pretty damn good, right? And I'm also going to show you on my LinkedIn that this really worked, right? So this here, hey Zane, have you thought about starting a podcast focused on AI in marketing with advisor appointments leading in AI driven insights? It could position you as a key voice in the industry and connect partners. The next one's going to be more focused on my specific niche, which is generating cash with podcasts, right? But you can get a taste of it. It's pretty good, right? Hey, Andy, have you thought about launching a marketing podcast focused on SEO and contents? By the way, this was my last message. It's funny with a GIF, right? But there's no AI in there. This is the first time I make this video. It could highlight Epic's expertise at Epic's this company and connect you with business owners looking to enhance their online presence. So it's very short, right? That's the end result. How did we get to that? We had their contacts Apollo enriched, and I fed it this prompt. Let me know if you need that prompt. I think it was pretty clear. And by the way, I love using ChatGPT just to write better prompts, right? If you followed my last video, you've seen that I constantly tailor my messages, my prompts with the help of ChatGPT. I start with my brain, right? But then I feed it to GPT. I'm like, I don't want this, I don't want that, I want that, and GPT makes a better job at prompting. And the core value here in how it prompts better than I do is like it feeds it example, right? And I validate all these examples, just so you know. Let me know if you need that prompt. But broadly speaking, yeah, the title, the first name, the company name, the industry, the keywords, keywords, yeah. And the SEO description is the most important one. So that's what I fed it. SEO description is what Apollo has, right? I don't want emojis. The message must feel humans and simple, under 250 characters. I could have made it shorter. Examples, and the outcome is this here. So it's a bulk CSV, right? So keep in mind, there's a lot of people in there. There's 1,400. And now that I have these great messages, Cold Therapy Podcast, Fantastic Way, Ice Barrel, that's great. I actually imported these again in Apollo, but with a custom tag. So this here, I'm just going to show you the campaign. LinkedIn outreach. That's the campaign here. This is the full message, right? Like no need of complicated anything. So this column here technically should be named this. So just so that your brain understand. So that Apollo, it categorized, okay, this custom tag, it is for this person, right? So it's simple as that. That's a spreadsheet. And that's how we can save thousands of hours of work outreaching manually to these folks. And yeah, basically that's the full campaign. It's literally like going Apollo, you create a sequence, and once you add a step, it's like send a message, and that's it. You paste this with these tags here. Don't forget the tags. And then so that the Apollo actually picks up the value of what that is, you go here, you go in objects, you go in contacts, you go in fields, create a field. Single line text will do. You paste it here. The value is 1,500 and you save, right? So once you save, it's in the Apollo system, and they know that anytime you put the custom tag, it will detect the contact in your campaign and it will send the full message. This here. By the way, I don't think there's any ways to actually test this. Unfortunately, you can't see anywhere in Apollo how the message would look like. Normally, when I do these custom tags, when it comes to email, we can see them somewhere in emails, but here you can't. So unfortunately, you'll need to trust me on that one. And once you start the campaign, I'll show you how. You actually need to check that the messages are going out. If you see like something wrong popping out, you need to stop it immediately or just close the tab. It would automatically close it, and then you delete the message manually. So how do you actually start the campaign? Well, what I did, I imported all these contacts, right, in Apollo's people here, the AI enriched contacts. So I think it was this one here. I pressed open, and I put it the custom tag at the end, the one we've talked about, right? Okay, you click this and then you import. And once you import and you're done importing, you just you add the contacts to the full campaign, right? So I selected all of these folks. I added them to this sequence here, LinkedIn AI outreach. And I just press add. I didn't care really like who was the sender, but maybe I should have cared. I'll show you my tab later. And the next step to actually, once you launch a campaign, Apollo doesn't automatically outreach to these people. So you need to go on LinkedIn with the Apollo Chrome extension, right? And by the way, this I do for my clients, right? It looks quite complicated. Maybe it is. Maybe you want to do it yourself, maybe you don't. But yeah, this is how you do it if you want to do it yourself for very cheap, right? For $100 a month. I mean, if you can leverage your full LinkedIn network and send them like relevant AI stuff, that is like hundreds of thousands per month, right? So you go here, you open the Apollo Chrome extension, it's yellow on the sign. You go in task. And once you go in task, what I did, that's the right campaign, right? Like that's what I want to see, because I had a couple more campaigns going on before. If it's fresh, which is likely, that's the only campaign that you'll see. But since I saw many campaigns on my end, I just pressed LinkedIn Action, that one's automatically tagged. The task assignee is fine, but I put due date after today, and because of that, like it only sent me these LinkedIn AI outreach. So I select them all. Technically, you can select way more. You just have to scroll. You just have to scroll here, select them all, and then you execute task. And then, like I said, so you will exceed. Yeah, I'll just continue because I won't send 71. I don't want to exceed the LinkedIn sending message because they'll just throw me in jail. This guy here, I think will skip because it's already been sent. Let's hope that it doesn't send twice. I don't think it'll send twice. I think it's smart. It automatically skips since I already sent a message to this guy, right? But then goes to the next, and then he sends a message. So no need to actually see that, but that's the full campaign there. So in Resume, why is this powerful? Because Apollo is very cheap, a good way to do it fast as well as with Persona AI, and LinkedIn First Connections is the easiest way to get leads in our modern times for most of us. Fast leads, right? Like the best way altogether, in my opinion, is like podcasts, but LinkedIn, if you want to get like quick sales and not wait for the sales cycles and get immediate leads, like tomorrow or Monday, literally, like I would use this system. Why? Because people see your face, right? They see your face on LinkedIn, they see your title, they remember you. They're like, oh, I remember that guy. Um, if you make it short, if you use AI, if you have a good offer, like this should hit home. It will hit their inbox as well. A lot of people have trouble sending with cold email AI nowadays. It's really hard to deliver email. Still is. I've mastered it. A couple did, but most most CEOs that are at a moderate slash high performance level, they're not good at deliverability. It's a very big challenge for them. So LinkedIn will deliver pretty much all the time. That's why you'll get more responses statistically without paying much, right? So that's another part of the equation. So if you want to get leads quickly, AI LinkedIn outreach is the way. There's a bunch of apps. It's really fucking confusing. I tried like 7 apps before that. AReach, Reply.io, Smart Reach, and whatever that was, like a like growth machine. I can just do it with Persona and with Apollo. So yeah, you guys, if you have questions, you let me know. I think that's a top way to get leads rapidly. And yeah, hope that I was somewhat clear on that one. Yes, there is many steps. Yes, I could have gone even deeper, by the way, in each step, filtering the contacts even more, outreaching with an even better message and outreach. But yeah, let's keep it to this for today. Hope that was valuable.